Hey guys, do you hear me? Hello, Joe, TY, and Lux. Okay, Khata. Actually, Lux for I don't know, Joe TY for I would recommend for beginners. Thank you, Joe TY. For beginners, structure. Structure is the way to go. Yeah, drone heads is very addictive. I actually used that a lot while warming up. It's not always like perfect, but sometimes I don't know, it's kind of comfy. Because I don't know, if you leave it like for a while, oh god, when you come back to draw heads, it is so hard to make a head look good. And what I mean, a little metallized, I'm so sorry for that, Christian. I'm using that, I don't know, I'm using my phone connecting with that wall mic. So it seems like I don't know what to use actually, since I don't have a good headphones to connect it to the laptop. I'm so sorry for that. So what I mean by structure is the constructing the whole head into shapes so you can know the positions of every feature. If you have like a good structure, then placing the features in won't be that much of a hassle. So, like this shape, if you're gonna draw a head, just don't go like you just saw the head and then you just go for it. You don't do that except while you are warming up or like you're doing like a 2 minute gesture or whatever. Thank you, Christine. Or whatever. So, for this head, as you see here, the relationship between the ears and the eyebrows is like this. So if this is the eyebrow line, this is the ear line. And what we actually see is that the ears are lower than the eyebrows. So that means the head is tilted up. The head is kind of looking up. And I actually telling you that someone could say, no, I already see that. But some people can't. Believe that or not. So what that means, if I'm going to draw a box like this one, so that means we're going to see the lower plane of what? The lower plane of this nose right here. And also, since it's not going up, tilting up that much, so we don't see that much of the chin. Do you recommend drawing the entire body for faster anatomy evolution? I'll tell you something. How I actually studied anatomy. I studied anatomy this way. And how's that? I didn't just go for the whole body. Okay? Maybe you can just start with a gesture like this gesture. Sorry, wait a second. Like gesture drawings actually helps a lot, like drawing like this and then defining the torso and so on. Yeah, sometimes it helps a lot, but you can't stand only on that, like the gesture drawing. Okay, it is just to, communicate with the viewer. But how to go for the whole body? I draw the gesture and sometimes I just draw only 3 lines. The shoulder line and the head, and 2 lines, the shoulder line and the hips line, to determine, and also a curve for like the action line. That's how I start. That's how I make the pose dynamic. Okay, but you have to study the pose you are trying to draw. Then I add, I'm going to say right now that I haven't used any anatomy yet. only just lines and curves just to determine something. Then it's your call. If you want to draw the torso like this, or you want to go for boxes. But if you are going for boxes, then you need to know that you have to have some basics first, like how to draw structure and how to draw basic shapes in perspective. Okay? And sometimes I just don't go that way. I still draw the lines from this one, from figure number 1, then to 2, or just go from 1 to 3. And sometimes I don't use boxes. I just use like a rib cage, determining it as an oval, and the hips like a half sphere. And still I haven't gone to anything about anatomy. I don't know why I can't make the structures with boxes. I go straight for cylinders, circles, and line of action. That's how you actually, some artists say you don't have to make it with boxes, so the pose don't get too stiff. And that actually, I don't know, sometimes I have to go with boxes since I don't sometimes, analyze the pose right. So boxes make it sometimes easier for me. If you're going to draw like a cylinder or like the ovals, then you really need to know how things would wrap around. Is it really looking up, tilted down, tilted to the back, tilted to the front? But sometimes I have all the options. So whatever suits you. Sometimes there are poses I can't use this figure, like the fourth, this one. I can't use this, and I can use this. Sometimes I can't use this or this method. I just go with gesture. Sometimes I can't even go with any of those, and what helps me a lot is the bean. Sometimes there are like kind of twisting parts that I can't go with, so I just go with the bean. It makes it easier for me for some poses. And that's it. That's for the anatomy. That's how you start. And still, we are talking about structure. So when George T.Y. asked about what is important, then it's structure. Do you have any tips for drawing in perspective? Okay, drawing in perspective, actually, I don't need that much while drawing since I don't actually do complicated stuff. I only use 1-point perspective and 2-point perspective. Sometimes I don't know, sometimes some beginners or just going for like the 3-point perspective, 4 and 5 and the fish eye and they end up knowing that this kind of stuff is so hard to study. So I only go for 1-point and 2-point perspective. That actually helps me a lot while drawing like human figures and portraits. Since I'm doing illustration and so on, so I don't need that much about perspective. I don't draw, like I'm not a concept artist. I don't draw so much about. So is perspective need for characters? For sure, obviously. Yeah, you need that. If you are going to draw a portrait, then I'm going to just talk about portraits and characters. As I mentioned before in that while drawing the anatomy, if I don't know how to draw a box in perspective, then I won't be able to know if the body is kinda tilted forward, tilted to the back, is it above the horizon line, is it like lower than the horizon line, and so on. See? It helps a lot while drawing. You really need to know perspective, but for me, as I say, you can actually learn whatever you want to learn. But for me, I just know the 2-point perspective and the 1-point perspective. That's actually enough for me. And that's it. If I'm drawing a portrait, as I said, if I started with a circle, then I need to know. Now, I'm going to draw the eyebrow line and the ear line. Now, as you can see, here is a box. And that box is actually a 2-point perspective box. And I'm looking from down there. If I don't know that, I'll just end up, I'm just going to end up copying what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing, like, if I'm drawing the nose, I'm seeing like a curve here and then another curve. I don't know what that is. There's like a nostril or something. I don't know what that is, but if you know perspective, it will help you a lot while constructing the nose into these shapes. So it helps you. It maybe it will, not know perspective, maybe it will help you in this stage, but I'm pretty sure it's not going to help you while shading, because shading means you need to know the face planes. So how am I going to know the face plane if I don't know how to draw a box in perspective or a cylinder in perspective and so on? As a product designer, perspective was engraved in my brain during my studies. That's actually awesome. When I started drawing, I started learning perspective, and man, it was so hard for me to draw. It was like, I don't know. Actually, you don't know that, but I am a civil engineer. Okay, so I already started that when I was so young. But I didn't actually, when you are in college or something, you just don't take things seriously. You just wanna pass the exam and that's it. Hello, Hamari, Iramari, Itamari, sorry, hi. So, as I studied before, as I said, I am a civil engineer. So when I started with perspective. We already know how to draw the isometric. We already know how to draw in space, like 3D shapes in space. But I actually I forget it all. So when I started drawing again, and then I had to see perspective again, then things like came together. So we're gonna say like we start here. Wow, so many good jobs. I'm still a stay-at-home child. It's okay, man. I actually at home too. I left my job like a year ago, so it is okay. So we start by doing like rough sketches. Now, for the center line of the frontal plane of the head, I would love for you to draw a portrait of me. It's okay. I don't draw like realistic portraits. I used to draw realistic portraits before, but now I'm just going for the stylized kind of it. I have really big curly hair, so it will probably be difficult to. Actually, if you are working with only shapes, so it won't be difficult that much. You're just like going for like that stuff. That's it. For real. Why won't you do it yourself? It is not that hard. You just learn how to draw, and then things going to be so easy for you. Mm, 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 mm. So guys, as you see, I'm trying to go for the planes of the head, separating this side plane from the frontal plane. Doing like some circles for the position, the placement of the eyes, and then the nose. Then a good hack is to draw the upper lip and what is below the lower lip. And finally you're gonna find like the lower lip is just drawn by itself. But it's more interesting to see through someone else's eyes. That's cool. Do you have trouble making time for art? If so, how do you make time for it? It is actually harder now for me to draw without I don't know, interruptions and so on, because I'm actually married and I have a daughter that is like only 11 months. So I only stay me and just my wife. So it is kind of hard to, you know, I have to share something with her. So it is hard. So she's like, hey, I'm going to like cook. So he's going to babysit. So I have to. And so on. So it's not always easy to find art when you are, to find time when you are, thank you so much, when you are actually married and have some responsibilities. And that's all for real. But if you are actually a single, so please enjoy. It is hard, guys, it is hard. But the only thing about actually drawing that, I don't know, some people say you don't have to draw a lot or you don't have to say that much drawing. And I gotta say, you actually have. If you wanna see some improvement, I'm so sorry to tell you this, but you need to draw a lot. And it's not just about drawing a lot, it is also about knowing how to study so you can not just drawing without no knowledge. Because if you actually start drawing without knowledge, you're gonna repeat the same mistakes all over again and again, and there won't be someone to tell you how to fix it. So you end up thinking that you're doing great, and that's not how it works. I am actually that busy, but I'm trying to find some time to draw and be with you guys. So I just, when I have some time, I end up like doing a video or just editing some videos, and that's it. Even if I have so much time, guys, I would have actually uploaded a video like every single day. Do you have an art study plan or do you just sort of wing it? Now I don't have a art study plan. I used to waste so much time actually not knowing what to do. And I don't know, one day I saw a video. I thought I'm good at drawing, but what I actually didn't know that I was only good with copying. I didn't know anything, so I wasted so much time not learning the right way. And then I saw a video on the structure and so on. So I told myself, oh, just give it a shot. I had the ego that I'm good and I don't need anything. I just copy well. But that actually didn't work for me. So I started learning, and then things like came together, as I said. Caps lock cursor feels much better to me when I'm sketching in Photoshop. Feels more precise. What caps lock does in Photoshop? I'm sorry. I used to use actually Photoshop a lot, but I have never used caps locks. I don't know what that for. It replaces the cursor with a small crosshair. Aha! I didn't know that actually. I don't know, sometimes when you actually trying to draw, when you take some time drawing and you spend a lot drawing, I don't know, it seems sometimes you find the easiest way since you don't want to waste too much time. So that's actually good. But I stopped using Photoshop since like a while ago. Let's flip the canvas and see the disaster we are not that bad, I'm sorry. That's cool. Yeah, she looks fine. Maybe just going a little bit more to this side, and yep, that's cool. And we don't have to call that finished since I'm using the texture pen which is the pen for the rough sketch. And also, as you can see guys, I'm not going for any likeness. I'm just going for a good looking portrait. What sort of mentality should somebody when starting to draw? Okay, first of all, there are two types of people. Someone who's actually doing something to get them out of the state they are at. Like I'm someone who's actually not in the mood, so I'm trying to draw to be in a good mood. That's someone. And there are the other one who can't draw except when they are in the mood. So what type of guy is you? I don't know. The mentality I personally have while drawing is I just go for it since I'm trying to support my family. I'm trying to, make some earnings from that. And I love teaching. I love actually teaching. That's why I do lots of videos on that. So I love drawing. I love drawing so much. And I actually know, since as I said, I worked like over 10 years as an engineer, so I know how to separate my life, my personal life, and the job I'm doing. And that's it. So I'm not the type of guy who's actually drawing while in the mood. I draw always because I wanna draw. That's it. So what kind of you guys? You draw to change your mood, or you just draw when you are in the mood? Sachin, just dropping in to say hi, bro. Keep up the grid. Thank you, Sachin. Thank you so much. Now I finished this. You're amazing, and you will get tons of. I hope so. I'm not actually bothering myself with that. It was kind of hustle, and it took so much time to get monetized. And I thought things would be like easier, but oh my god, it was a surprise. Since I already has not that much views, so now I know how it is. But never actually draws. Oh my god. Nah, for real. I used to imagine myself drawing like for too much. I used to actually I stayed like a year just deciding to draw. A year. Man, I wasted so much time just watching videos, not trying to even lay a pencil on a paper. So I don't recommend that. If you actually like drawing, you just go for it. I'm killing it on Insta. How that, man? My Instagram, my drawings there is actually the likes does not exceed like 200, 300. That's all. I don't know, 300 or 200 likes. And I also have like, I don't know, like 6,000 subscribers there. Maybe. I can't actually. I haven't, since I got monetized on my YouTube channel, I haven't actually looked on that. Just pick up pen and paper today. Yeah, just go for it, man. Just go for it. So this is like the the line art pen I use, and it is actually, you can use whatever pen you feel like it is good for you to use. So sometimes I use the mapping pen, and I can also use the real G pen to continue. They are the same for me actually. Someone is kinda softer. Kind of sad. Instagram is more about reels these days. And sad for me, man. I don't actually do that much reels on Instagram. It's actually hard for artists these days, to actually grow, since even though social media now, everyone is using social media and stuff, but it is actually hard for artists. And I'm going to drop a video soon on YouTube and how to make money on YouTube. And actually how sometimes I want to say how YouTube pays for artists, but I don't want you to get frustrated. I want to actually encourage you to start your own channel and don't look for the outcome, because it's kinda Not what I expected, actually. I think I'm too, just, I don't know. It feels like I wasted so much time. I wish I started that early. Who are those gatekeepers, man? I'm just kidding. Who are those? What are you talking about? I'm so sorry, my English is not my first language, so I don't know what gatekeepers mean. I'm so sorry. That expression, I have seen that expression before, but I don't know what that means. The YouTube algorithm holding you back. Yeah, it is holding me back. Holding like a lot back. It is hard. It is hard. YouTube is kinda competitive, and advertisers likes likes the videos about money and so on. So if you are talking about finance or economy or how to make money, digital marketing and so on, so you are good to go and earn some money. But if you are talking about art and so on, so man, good luck. It is actually good for those who are not their currency is not US dollars or Canadian or whatever. Like people in Asia and Africa, it is kinda good for them, since like the difference of currency makes some, compensate that. Bro, most of our channel just making art drama video. That's why I respect you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. As I said, I love drawing and also I love teaching. When I see someone trying to be good, I just encourage that a lot, and I love also to help. And I don't blame those artists, actually. I don't blame them, since they already need to support their families and their work. So they have to follow like that trend, so they can bring some money, so they can also start doing it all over again. And let's wrap this one. I'm not going for a final look, since I'm just trying to, chill. And that's it. Just trying to chill, have some time drawing and warming up. If I'm going to draw like another drawing later. So let's see. I love the 3/4 view, actually. I feel it's kinda easier for me. Just imagine, a 3/4 view is easier for me to draw than like the front view. They are kind of like half entertainers and half artists. I respect it. I actually like that. Since I wish, since I'm telling you something, and maybe I will be in like a stage of my life, I will be guilty of that if someone didn't like it, but maybe I'm gonna be guilty with that like later. Now I'm trying to, I have to be like honest about it. I need subscribers. I need people to watch my videos. I like people. I like teaching. I want to see people improve and so on. But also, I want to take care about the part of my personal life. So I really need things to support my life. So if I'm going, I guess a part of my life, like in a stage, I guess I'm going to make some things like entertaining and so on. I have to. Since sometimes if I stayed like I uploaded a video just sketching some portraits and so on, people will not stay like on maybe they will view it like for 30 seconds and they just gonna flip it. Let's flip this man while he's sketching. We need to go to see someone who's like dancing and so on, and they actually right. Hi Mataz, hi Johnny. Please leave the live on YouTube so we can watch it later again. Oh, for sure, I'm gonna leave this one. The other ones, like the one before, I got disconnected, so I just didn't upload it. But I'm going to leave this one. Don't worry about this. But the best videos for me are those who teach things, but in a funny way or interesting way that shows their enthusiasm. That's actually awesome. I love that. But as I said before, it is kinda hard for me to interact in English since again English is not my first language, so it is hard for me. I'm trying to, learn, keep up, and it's so hard for me to, go on a camera and just talking and talking. It will take forever for me to edit the unwanted parts. That's all. Thank you so much. And if I'm actually, I know English is like the universal thing. So I have to talk in English, since if I actually talked in drawing needs to be like a commentary thing, and also while drawing you need to comment on things, like being a narrator, and also drawing, so people can understand. I'm not there for people are not there just to see the subtitles and so on. They're gonna get so bored, and it won't help my channel or even help those who are trying to come and see what I'm trying to do. Feel like pure art education videos did better in the back in the days when you started like YouTube channel. When you started a YouTube channel, it is instantly got monetized. So, and it instantly monetized. But now there are like criteria that is so hard to follow, so you can get monetized. And so people trying to follow what actually sells, what advertisers need, so they can get monetized. Because actually YouTube sometimes adds, like, it provides some sort of, I don't know, some sort of options and opportunities. Actually, it has some opportunities that you need to take advantage of, but it also still that hard to manage that, since you need a base, an audience to support your work. No one will go into join membership for someone who actually don't know, and so on. Mr. Algorithm, how many years have you been drawing? My English is not that good. I guess I'm not fluent, but I guess I can communicate. And thank you so much, Mr. Algorithm. Actually, I've been drawing like since 2019. And it is not that hard to improve if you know and put like 200 lines under that sentence. If you know how to study, it will take you only 6 months, in my opinion, to feel like you are good. I made some money on a video but could never take it out because of those new criteria. And yeah, it is actually hard. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you the criteria right now. JOTY, the criteria is 500 subscriber and 3000 watching hours. So people needs to watch your videos like 300 hours, and then you get monetized if YouTube thinks that your channel provides something to the community. So it's not guaranteed, but it is like maybe 80-90% guaranteed if you don't actually have too much copyrights risks and so on. 300 hours? No, 3000 hours, not 300. I made some money out of it. That's cool. I'm going to work. It is 9 a.m. here. I'm Argentina. Hey man, I love Argentina. Thank you so much. Salutes. You too, take care. Guys, let's help out by sharing the channel and this video on socials, on Discord. Thank you, Sachin, so much. I appreciate it. I don't know about other art communities, but in my country, they are quite toxic, to be honest. I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, 3,000, yeah. Hello, Dazzling. Art communities is not actually good for those who are... There are not that much of a healthy communities out there, since you get criticized like badly if you're not that good. And that's not how it should happen. Hello, Dazzling. It's not how it should happen, actually. We are here to, I don't know, we all started from like a place. Not everyone is going to start from like the 7th or 8th stair. There are like stairs that you need to start from the first one, go for the second step, and so on. But I'm going to tell you something, Dai. People love to see the progress on someone. That's actually a fact. They love to see progress. Because sometimes there are lots of people who's actually watching you and saying, oh my god, this man had so much progress, and they do nothing about it. They just love watching. If you go into, and I'm going to prove that, just go to, I don't know, someone reacts on YouTube, someone reacts to, someone reacts to a video or a song, or people loves to see reactions. Now, my bad, let's talk about good and educational things. No, it's okay, actually, I'm not actually, I have to talk about everything. It's okay for me. For real, I'm a small channel, so I'm not going to piss anyone off. For real, art communities, there are some healthy ones, but there are not. There are lots of destructive criticism out there. But also sometimes there are people that is kinda cute, kinda understandable, that when you, post something, they just go for, man, you're good, just try to work more on someone like this and this, and just giving you some tips. So please don't be shy to go for it. Should I join an art community to improve my art, or should I just improve by myself? That question is kinda hard for real. But joining an art community without you getting frustrated by any comment and just get motivated by the positive comments, it will help you a lot. Maybe not with like some advices and so on, since it is going to be like, hey, you should do that, and you're not doing that, and then, man, I need someone to show me how, not just in a comment and so on. But it will help you a lot if you are consistent in the art community. Like, you uploaded an image, and then after 3 or 4 days you upload another one and another one and another one. You're gonna be ignored, you're gonna be neglected for some time, just getting a like or 2 likes, and then after that people will recognize you. When I started posting on an art community, I just posted my images on a Facebook group. I got elected a lot since, and then got recognized by my line art. So people say, no, that's his line art. Yeah, I know your line art. Then that helped me a lot. But I wouldn't actually get to this stage except if I was consistent. Yeah, it is a good quality material, doesn't get that shine it deserves. Trash gets so much clicks. It's not, I'm not going to say trash. I'm going to say it is 200, like 20% skills and 80% marketing, man. If you know how to market yourself, so go for it. It is marketing. And lots of people, you don't actually know the taste, the taste of the people, the audience. There are some people that's going to like your art, but others, no, I prefer like cartoonish, I prefer like more of a stylized, I prefer like more of like anime style and so on. So it is the taste, I guess so, but you have to market yourself. Art community sometimes help you motivating getting better, just avoiding all. Yeah, you have to avoid the drama. You have to just concentrate on the good things, and it will help you a lot. And John, just look for the, and I'm pretty sure people say that a lot. Don't get sucked in like how many people liked my drawings and so on, because eventually they will like what you're doing if you are actually improving. Sure, shared on Facebook's anatomy and action poses group. I already shared some on that group, yeah. But you have to stand out. I'm sorry, in that group in particular, you have to stand out, since there are like lots of people who are trying to post anatomy poses and so on, so you have to stand out. Yeah, I know some really good artists with very little viewers. Yeah, there are a lot, man. It is just being, I don't know, shy, being like not marketing for themselves as they should be. Crashes through roll. Hey, the showman. Morning to you. I'm so sorry for you guys. I don't even know what the time I should go for a live, since I actually don't know how it works there are like different countries and so on. So I don't even know when to go live, but I got that tracker from like YouTube, and it is like from this, I don't know, this time to like 4 or 3 hours, another 4 or 3 hours that people are active to see videos. And I don't know how is that possible, since people are actually on their work or something. Discord, man. The moment you share someone channel or videos that the fan base gets start the hate. It is that hard. Yeah, I know that. When you just like post something, they're all like, no, you don't know how to do it. But our artists, but I'm so sorry to say this, but it's not the artist's fault. You don't know who's actually going to, you just invite people to your Discord and you just leave it there, just trying to make some rules. And sometimes it is hard to keep it keep on track those who are actually making some hate comments and so on, since like there are like some artists, the Discords have like tenth of thousands of people there, so you can't keep the track of every comment. But it's the moderator's job, I guess. If I make a colleague, could I share a bunch of our artworks on that group on Facebook? You can share whatever you want to do actually on Facebook. There are groups that I have actually post like my images and leave the handle of my Instagram there. And I also keep if I've done like a video, I keep the video on a comment. But sometimes most of the Facebook groups does not allow you to make like a YouTube video on like a post. They not allow that, and others allow only like YouTube links on like comments, and others does not allow that, like no comments or even posts. What is your hardest skills to learn when you draw? And for me, it's perspective. I said that before. Actually, perspective for me was not that hard, since I did not bother myself with 3 point, 4 point, 5 point, and so on perspective. I only use perspective for things like portraits and anatomy stuff, and that's all. So perspective is not that hard for me, but it takes so much practice actually. And my goal, what actually took some time for me to learn, I could say, as people also will say, like anatomy, but since I get the grasp of the thing, it's not that hard. But man, it is hard to market to yourself. It is the ultimate skill to market to yourself. So if you're gonna take like a course or something, just take a course on marketing. Yeah, sometimes you can't promote your channel. No, sometimes you can't. In some groups, you can't search and promote your channel. Everything else is a difference. So actually, what's hard for me, and I haven't tried that before, is the environment and the backgrounds. I haven't tried that before. Glances add in finished comic. Yeah. Perspective just needs to understand the rules, but then again, most of the time I wing it. Okay, Dazzling, how much you draw? How often you draw? I need to know how often you draw, how often you practice what you actually already learned. Since application helps a lot. I draw just about every day. About every day. How many hours, if I may ask? Some people don't like that question, or some artists don't like this question, but I have to. I'm sorry. No, maybe not enough. I'm sorry for that. 2 or 3 hours I take some, like 2 or 3, like as you see right now, I'm not doing like something that I'm going to post, or I'll have to work like another hour or two just to make things look good. 2 or 3 hours may be good for studying something, for warming up, but you have to stay even more if you are going to learn and need to improve. You have, I'm not saying like drawing the whole day, it is about your health, you should take care of your health, but it is about, if you are using those 2 or 3 hours, if you are using it correctly, then I'm gonna say it is enough. But do you use it correctly or not? Do you study the right way or not? Reino Tuna is my favorite character designer artist. Actually, and after that, click me sounds. I know that I could draw subjectively. What needs precise perspective? Yeah, that's how you study. Just knowing what you need. I always say it is about knowing how to study. Just know how. It will help you a lot. It will save so much time, and you're gonna see too much improvement if you already know how to study, how to not waste so much time trying to learn something that will not benefit you. Man, Jyoti, why you really need to to draw? It depends on what I fixate on for the day, but my brain won't let me work past 8 hours without getting tired of drawing. Of course, we are human beings. You have to take some rest, you have to take some time off. Because actually, things gets bad if you draw like a lot. It's not good. Not for your health, not even for the product you are trying to, I don't know, to produce. How many hours do you recommend me? On an early stage, it's about your stage. What stage are you in? Are you a beginner? Are you like an intermediate one, or whatever? Of course, I practice gesture drawing. Mr. Algorithm, if you are a beginner who are trying to learn, just like from the start, you have no knowledge, it is hard for me to say it, but you have to stay like for like many hours. I don't know how to say it, as much hours as you can, studying and applying what you have studied. That's my, yeah, goal. And if you are someone who's actually have the, I don't know, like you are an intermediate, so you only need like just warming up, maybe a couple of hours to learn something new, and that's it. I practice gesture drawing like a lot, yeah. But Sachin, I don't practice gesture like the basic one. When I'm drawing gesture, I draw like an advanced kind of gesture. I'll tell you how. It is like I don't go for the gesture like that. How to say it in just a second to see the showman. Yeah, I've been trying to refocus how I study and stuff. I've been 2023 was not a good year. Yeah, it was not a good year for me either. And my drawing progress slowed to crawl. I have progressed a lot when the pandemic happened. I stayed too much hours at home, so it was like the start for me. Extremely nice. Yeah, channel. Advanced, yeah. I'll tell you how advanced I'm saying. Let's see, like a pose. Let's see like this kind of pose. I don't go if I'm going to like the basic gesture drawing, then I'm going to start off like this one section. So I'll just go for like an oval, just determining the shoulder, go for this. It's like here, and the pelvis is going like this, exaggerated like a little bit, and that is my gesture drawing, like the basic one. For real, that's my gesture. Nothing much. But if I'm going like more of an advanced, I'll just go for the next step. And the next step is drawing some structure, like determining the head shape, the shoulders, and going for like a rib cage. Determining like shoulders. That's what I'm saying when I'm saying like a advanced one. That's what I'm saying, advanced. Just go into the structure phase of it. See? So I don't take so much time drawing gesture that much. But it is, you need to actually draw gesture a lot. It helps a lot to improve and so on, maybe seeing things like easier. As you can see, I'm just adding some stuff like this pubic bone, like the hip bone, like the pelvis, so it helps me to determine the crotch, doing some cylinders for like the legs and so on. Here I also determine those little parts helps me a lot while drawing. Like if I'm going to now draw, I'll just go and drop the opacity, and then I'll just go for it, for the details. As you see here, just going for the details since I've already established the structure. I hope you get what I'm saying. And that's it. Thank you so much, Sachin. I appreciate it. So 3 hours is enough for a quick one of or a lot of the studies. No, 3 hours is too much for a portrait. Yeah, for real. But again, you have to have like the structure. The structure, if the structure is right, if I'm going to say you're gonna stay for 2 or 3 hours, just do some structure first. It will help a lot to make those 2 or 3 hours count. those 2 or 3 hours gonna count. If you're going for a structure, sorry if it's not that good. Yeah, I like that you draw the forms and keep the 3D in mind. That has helped me so much lately. That's actually what I'm going for. I kinda skip the gesture part sometimes. I just use like some lines. If like doing like a pose which needs to like this one, if I have to go for this one. I start like the head, then the shoulder, like it is facing here, the rib cage is facing like this way, and then the bones is facing this way, and we kinda looking at it from down. That's what actually gesture for me is, that shape. But again, I'm trying to put some little details that helps me while drawing like the next part of it. And my anatomy knowledge does not exceed like 30% or something. I just trying to make things look good, and that's it. If you struggle with something, just try to compensate that with applying. Eventually, it's gonna pay off, except if you are actually knowing how. Just know how. Man, don't just go for perfectionism. I'm drawing for 3 or 4 years and I haven't perfected anything yet. No, advanced, I just meant the structure, man. No, 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 no. Details. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. Just a sec. I'll tell you what I used to do that wasted so much time while drawing. I used to draw like, pair with me, if I'm drawing like a portrait, I used to use like this brush, and then I used to use this brush and then like drawing like a face like this one. Say we're going for like a face like this. I'm so sorry if it's not that good. Let's say I have actually drawn like a face like this. Do you know what I'm doing next? I just drop the opacity and then working on details with the same brush. I'm doing like this. Yeah, these like bangs right here. Doing like this again, but kinda in a cleaner way. Yeah, there's like the cheekbones and so on. Now I have like this one. Okay, the eyes. And I didn't used to actually work fast. So I have this one, the nose, and okay. See, that's the next time to draw, and even it is my next one, it is also with the same brush, and it looks sketchy. So I start all over again and then drop the opacity and then chose like another brush, which is the mapping pen, and then go for it. This, okay, I try to be clean as possible. So now I have added like here like the ears and so on. Here is like the eyes, like some parts of the nose, like the lips, and so on. And after I finish this part, do you know what I'm doing? After I finish this part, damn, she looks ugly. I'm sorry. Do you know what I'm doing? I just go for another brush like this one, that turnip one, and I add some darks, like darks here and like darks here, like for the ambient occlusion parts, and here and here, and just see. So I waste so much time just drawing a single portrait that I'm not even going to post or something. So what you need to do is to manage how to use your brushes, how to use your brain while drawing. That's all. So you can have like the product you need to make others view. That's all. Now I don't work that way. Not even close. That's all. That's what I'm trying to say. So you don't have dazzling, you don't have to have like an extra hour. Then again, I fully color and later things. So you have to work on layers. You have to work on layers so you work constructively. If you work constructively, things will get easier. So you won't need to change like a lot. Yeah, I know I'm still learning. I've done a bit about saying this does look good, and I'm not. Actually, it's a journey, man. You gotta enjoy the journey. If you're not going to enjoy this journey, it's gonna be like a load. And if it's going to be a load and turns into like a routine or something, then it won't work for you. It is like going to the, I don't know, hitting the gym and then suddenly working out becomes like the same routine, working out, and you find yourself like, man, I used to work out just for fun. I used to work out to have like good mentality and so on, but now it turns out that working out became like the same routine. Is like I go outside my home to work out, and now I just wanna get back home since working out became like the same routine, and so on. Hi, Maya. Do you think I'm going to post these ones? I don't think so. I don't know. It needs so much work. And so on, guys. Any other questions? I'm doing great, Maya. Thank you. What about you? Let's draw this one. Yeah. She's kinda looking down to us. Yeah, I am a self-taught. Yeah, it is called, and actually I'm from Egypt. So it's not that cold like the other countries, since it never gets to 0 Celsius, I guess. Like the coldest night will be like 3 or 4. When you were first learning to do draw, did you have a drawn routine? No, actually, I just went for it. I didn't have any routine, actually, I just went for it. I just started to manage some drawing routines after I learned how to draw. But when I was like a beginner trying to learn, I just didn't have that drawn routine. I just went for it, and it was like the biggest mistake. I don't recommend doing that. If you have like a drawn routine, a plan to study and draw, then just go for it. It is like when we were like kids trying to make like a schedule for us to study. I would love you to do the same thing. Why all you artists draw Asian chicks? They are beautiful. It's not Asian. I don't know. It seems like my style because I actually draw eyes like this. So like the single lids, the single eyelids and so on, it turns out to be like kinda Asian. So since I actually draw eyes like this, it turns out to be Asian. And they are beautiful, man, I have to say. Single lids or double eyelids. This is how I draw eyes, guy. Every time I click your stream, I get an ad. Do you get money from this? I'm sorry, I actually added ads. If you are going to this topic, then I'm going to tell you, man. YouTube provides some ways of money to you, but that's not how it works. If you have a channel that is not even monetized, you're still going to have ads. But for me, I actually chose to add ads on this stream. Okay? I could actually stop putting some ads here, and I'll try to stop ads or delay the ads. But the advertisers put some ads on your videos regarding what you actually providing. So the most like common ads, I'm gonna make it simple, man. You're gonna see like a 1 or 2 hour video like this one, and the advertisers like putting like $5 for all the ads they gonna put on this video. Do you think you get the $5? No, it is called a CPM. CPM is how much the advertisers willing to put on your videos, how much they gonna pay for 1,000 view on your videos. So 1,000 view, they will put like $5, but YouTube takes about 45% of the 1,000 view, what is called the RPM. So you might get like 1,000 view on your video, like they put like $5 on 1,000 view, and you get just like $1, man. So that's it. Don't get frustrated, it is how it is. There are like some things that can actually put some money on your videos, but it's not that always good. It is good for those who are actually having so much views. Maya, okay, I'm trying to figure out why to focus on, and I'm not a beginner, but I think I take too long to draw figures, even though I still want to look good, if that makes sense. It actually makes lots of sense. It is actually how to study. If you know how to study, it is easier for you, and it will be even easy if you know how to study like anatomy. And I'm gonna give you an example right now how I actually know how to study anatomy. Like maybe it is kind of a progressive way, but it was like easier for me, and I'll show you how right now. Let me just answer. I always forget eyelids because of habit. They are similar details. Eyelids adds a lot to the eye. Yes, oh, I was about to rewatch the ads to give you some extra money. Nah, man, it's not about you watching the ads. I'm sorry for this. Do you have a Discord? Yeah, I have a Discord. I saw a link in the channel link, but it was expired. I'm so sorry. I'll go into Discord right now and put an invitation for you guys. I'll go for Discord and go for an invitation for you guys right now. Just a second. Maybe let's bring a link, copy, and here it is, guys. This is a link to my Discord. So how I go for anatomy? I started by drawing like this gesture in a very like basic way. So I only go for an oval for the head, a line for the shoulder, and another line for the hips. Okay, now I stop. Now, if I'm going to progress even more, I have to link that head to the shoulder. So I have so many questions to ask myself. How am I going to attach like a head to a shoulder? So when I looked it up, that's how I work. Then I looked it up. I looked it on another artists. I just studied the Michael Hampton human figure drawings. So thank you, Sachin. So I know now that there is like a neck that is like a cylinder and it needs to be attached to the shoulder. So how it is attached? So there is like a part here and the shoulder that is called like the collarbones. So how this collarbone looks like? It looks like this. So what is this part? This part is looking like a thigh, sternum. So the muscles of the neck, so they attach to this part. Yeah, you can draw like this, two lines. There's like tendons right here. And here you go. There's a head that needs to be attached to the collarbones. Oh, that's why when I'm drawing like a head and a neck, I do these two lines. Yeah, these two lines is actually the tendons that is attached to this point of the collarbone. So what is this part? It's called the trapezius, and I go again to see what that looks like. And that's how, thanks the showman, and that's how I studied anatomy, but not in a very detailed way. I just studied this for the sake of drawing something that I already know how it works. So I saw some people like drawing like the deltoid when someone is raising his arms, they are drawing it like this. So this is like the biceps, and I don't know this. Okay, what is this part? Why is the deltoid is looking like this? Oh, and there is an overlap. So it is like the overlaps. So what is this part? And why does it look like this? And why the chest is stretching, and why it is actually there are like some wrinkles here. And those all questions I just go back to the Michael Hampton, and it is the easiest for me to understand. So I go back to the Michael Hampton book. معتز وين صور سيرنا أصلا. Why that? Then I go for like the Michael Hampton a book, and then I study again. Does it look like that? I need to know why does it look like that. That's all, for real. So I studied in a progressive way, one by one, step by step. I stayed like for quite some time trying to understand how things work, and that's all. So if I'm going to draw like, okay, we're not going to start with the whole like anatomy parts and so on, but I need to draw like this, and this collarbone. Why this one is kinda longer than this one? It is because the perspective. We are doing like a 3/4 view. So that means this part that has like the deltoid is going not to be shown that much. Yeah, it's not going. Then the deltoid here is going to be bigger than here. Yeah, it is. So if I'm going to draw like a chest here, so I'm going to see all the chest part in here. Yeah, but you need to know that deltoid is kinda overlapping some parts of the chest and so on. I don't even know what are the names of the bones, the names of muscles, and so on. But I kinda, as Bumi said, yeah, observing, man. Observing. Observing helped me a lot. That's why. But you need to observe and also learn what you observed is actually the right thing or not. And I feel like anatomy have lots and lots of overlaps. Overlaps helps a lot while drawing. It makes things looks believable. And being aware of overlaps, yeah man, overlaps saved my art. It actually saved my art a lot. It's so important for perspective. Man, you got it, Boomy. Gain 4D perspective is a godsend for perspective. Man, I have never tried even 3D perspective, not 4D. Did you study the different body parts separately? Yes, I did. Right now I'm struggling with learning the arms and torso muscles. I want to be able to fully understand it so I can draw people from any angle. Now you have to understand something. I haven't you have to put a plan for you, because actually if you let's say you go into like Proco channel and you're gonna take like the anatomy class from the head to the toe, okay, and you haven't applied anything. You just trying to learn, and you haven't applied anything. So that's not going to work. For me, it didn't actually went that way. I just didn't study like the body parts like one by one. As I said before, when I'm drawing I used to draw a head. I used to draw portraits. I love drawing portraits. So when I draw a portrait, okay, there is a part called the neck that I need to attach to the shoulders. So how am I going to attach it? I need to know how am I going to attach it. So I have to study what is a collarbone and what is the trapezius, what is the neck, what is the shoulder, like for this one. So most of my drawings were like just half bodies or just faces. So I stayed too much trying to learn this stuff. So I repeated that a lot, and when I repeated that a lot, I don't need to understand everything about it. Okay, so I got to like half bodies. Now I'm trying to draw half bodies. But if I'm going to draw like half bodies, now I need to know what the torso looks like, how to draw a torso. And that's it. So I again see like the key to drawing a torso is drawing a good gesture first. If you are going to draw like a good gesture first, then because actually some people struggle a lot with attaching the torso to the hips. They end up making it too long or too short. So now I have to study proportions and so on. If you're gonna do it this way, I guarantee you it's going to be easy, but for not all of the poses. Just make it simple for you to understand so you can draw things easily. So if I'm going to draw like this one is going to be the rib cage, I attach those lines to the crotch, and now I use these as landmarks for the pubic bones and so on. I don't do too much details while drawing anatomy. Okay? Don't do that much. Don't draw because I don't draw like zombies. I don't draw like too much muscles shown. I just going for some overlaps and Yeah, too many bones, and I don't actually show that much bones while drawing a body. As I showed you before, on this one, man, not this one, I'm sorry, maybe this one, oh, this one, I don't know what it was, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just go for the easy parts. Just going for the easy parts. Like this. Some color bones. It's not even close to be like the right thing, but it's not also a wrong thing. So I'm just going for the whole shape. That's all, guys. Like the whole shape. It is about the shapes, observing and overlapping. It is the key. And that's it, guys, for real. And to make it even cooler, just turn this one like this, and you have a cool body, man. Also, you need to tilt this rib cage like not that much, like this one, tilt it like this, and you have like, man, a great pose. That's all, to make it like not too stiff. Then you have a great torso with some exaggeration that will help you to make a good looking pose. That's it. Now fix some things and you're good to go. Yeah. Make the arms like kinda longer. And that's it, guys. Do you do art critiques? Look, if someone asked me about any question, I'm going to answer for sure. I just actually have the membership that you can join or not. I always answer the questions if you need something, but on that membership, like there are like some levels. There is a level called the elite one. You send me your arts and I'll review it and critique it and then give it back to you. This is the way to support my channel. But there is also another ways. As I said, I always answer the questions. You can join my Discord, and there is like a tab which is the art critiques. Go for it, put your art, and we're going to critique your art. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to answer. So it is your call. Either this one or this one, it is yours to decide. So you can just okay. So guys, it is time to wrap things up. So if there are any other question I could answer before I go. Go. See ya, Dazzling. See ya. Sorry, Sachin. I'm so sorry. But I guess I'm going to live again, don't worry. I love being with you guys, I swear. Cool, Jingo. Thank you, Pomi. See you guys later, and it is a fun. See you guys later, and have a good day. Thank you so much. See ya.